I am happy to share that I got my vaccine last week. And talk about marking a historic moment in my life. The past month has actually sparked a lot of reminiscing. People marked the 1-year anniversary from the last time they went out to dinner, or from the last time they hugged a grandchild or stepped foot in their office. As we hunkered down for what we thought would be a 2-week period, few could have anticipated that we'd still be dealing with COVID-19 a year later. Now, the last 12 months have been horrible on so many levels. COVID-19 has killed more than 500,000 Americans and left many others with long-term complications. It's also had a devastating impact on our economy, resulting with numerous losses of jobs, leading to depression and loneliness. On March 13th, 2020, the day that thousands of Americans hunkered down for a long-term hibernation, was also the day that police killed Breonna Taylor, sparking protests throughout the country. In May 2020, the killing of George Floyd inflamed the situation further, bringing racial tensions in this country to a fever pitch. And the presidential election in 2020 did little to ease these tensions, with anger over those results ultimately leading to the insurrection in our capital in January 2021. I could go on and on and on, but needless to say, for many people, the last 12 months are a year that we would rather forget. But that said, historians mark both highs and lows. We cannot ignore the fact that we live in a remarkably historic time, one that will be examined over and over again by future generations to learn from our challenges, our mistakes, and our triumphs. Even aside from surviving a global pandemic, we have borne witness to so many critical moments in history. We can't overlook the fact that this past year has been a triumph for science. Researchers and pharmaceutical companies around the globe have worked together to produce in record-breaking time the development of multiple COVID-19 vaccines. We also elected our first female and our first person of color to the office of vice president. And while those are the big moments in our world history, and those are worth celebrating, we can't forget about the personal growth that so many of us experienced in some form or fashion. We learned a lot about self-care. Many people developed new talents or discovered that they had green thumbs. We also, it must be said, we also baked a lot of bread. We cannot let the lows of the last 12 months completely overshadow historic highs. As vaccines become more widespread, people are slowly returning to some elements of their pre-pandemic lives. And before our memories of this time fade, we owe it to future generations to pause and to reflect and to record on how best we can share and save both the worst and the best parts of our experiences in the last 12 months. I have an upcoming blog post that's going to explain some ways that we can do this. When it comes to saving history, truly every contribution counts. Your history, your story matters. And while we all totally want to forget about 2020 in this moment, ensuring that it is preserved is absolutely critical for future generations. Thank you.